Hey guys, welcome back to Tracie's Place. Today I am making chicken fettuccine alfredo, and these are all the ingredients you will need besides the milk. It's in the refrigerator. But this is what you will need. You're going to need chicken. You can use chicken legs, you guys. This is not going to be an expensive meal. So your chicken, you have your cheeses, you have your cream of chicken soup, cream of mushroom soup, and we're not going to use all of these. I have these because they were in my cabinet and I did not have heavy whipping cream on hand. So we're going to add a little bit of these too to add some thickness to the Alfredo sauce. We have paprika for a little smokiness, and then we have pink Himalayan sea salt. We have Lowry's garlic powder, some Cajun seasoning that we're going to put on the chicken, extra virgin olive oil that I coat my chicken with, butter, garlic, and this is some chipotle and roasted garlic that adds a nice little spice to, not spice, but a nice little savoriness to it. And then we have some cream cheese. This is going to be delicious. Oh, and we got pepper too. The fettuccine noodles. Oh, before I forget, you also want to have some parsley on hand and also some Italian seasoning. If you don't have Italian seasoning, that is okay. The parsley will do just fine. So let's get started. First, guys, you want to go over and wash your chicken off, and then you want to season your chicken. I have these spices, but you can use whichever, your favorite chicken spices are. Here's my chicken seasoned and in the pan, you guys. And I seasoned it with the seasonings that you saw. I also slathered it with extra virgin olive oil, which is good for you. And I put water in the bottom of the pan, about less than 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to cover with aluminum foil, and it's going in the oven at 360 degrees for about 1 hour. All right, guys, so to make this yummy Alfredo sauce, we're going to use 1 stick of butter, some fine Himalayan sea salt, just a little bit of that. We're using a cup of Parmesan cheese. We're adding just 1/4 cup of Italian cheese. We're going to add 2 cups of milk, and you would usually use heavy whipping cream. I do not have it on hand, so milk will work just fine because I am using cream of mushroom soup and cream of chicken soup, and you all know that is so flavorful. So I got 1/4 of a cup of this, 1/4 cup of this, mixed it together with a teaspoon of water, and it's going to go in as the heavy whipping cream, and it's going to be, of course, added with the 2 cups of milk. Also, you want to use some cream cheese. That's going to add some richness. And let's not forget the garlic. Right here we have 2½ cloves of garlic. I just crushed it up with my garlic press and put it on the plate, and it's ready to go. 1 stick of butter is going in. And this is salted butter. I only use salted butter. I know you see some recipes that say use non-salted, sticks of butter. I never do. You have to have salt, you all. You have to have a little bit of salt for flavor. So I always use salted butter in everything. We've got that melted down, so now we're going to go ahead and add our garlic. You can add 3 garlic cloves if you like, but don't let them be too big. I know people like garlic. A lot of people I love garlic, and garlic is good for you, you guys. And I'm going to turn this down some on a medium low. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, got that all in. And I'm going to go ahead and add 2 cups of milk. Get that all in there. We're going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of this cream cheese. And we're going to start with the whisking spoon now, so we can kind of get it chopped in there, because it'll stay solid for a while if you just let it alone. So we're going to go ahead and get that whisked in. That was 1 tablespoon of the cream cheese, or 2 teaspoons. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the cream of mushroom and cream of chicken mixture. And you do not have to use this if you don't have this on hand. So if you have the milk and the other ingredients, it should do the job, but you would have to probably add flour. So now we're going to go ahead and add in 1 cup of Parmesan cheese. Put that all in there. And I know it's 1 cup because I fairly measured it out. I had about 1 cup left in here. So I want to get that in. And this whisk is very handy, you all. Don't try to do this with a spoon. Got to do it with a whisk. Now we're going to add in 1/4 cup of Italian cheese. Delicious. I can smell it. It smells so good. So you want to get this incorporated really good. So you're going to kind of briskly whisk it around and make sure it's not sticking. So I just turned up the eye a little bit. It's on medium high, so it should come to a little bit of a boil, but you want to keep scraping the bottom of your pan with this whisk. That way it doesn't get stuck on the bottom. And the little black specks that you see, of course, is the mushrooms in the cream of mushroom soup. Now we're going to add in the fine Himalayan pink sea salt. And I'm going to add in about 1/2 teaspoon. And I'm going to get some pepper going. You can use as much as you want of each, the pepper and the salt. So I'm using the ground black pepper. And I'm using about 1/8 of a teaspoon. I'm not a big pepper girl. It's coming to a boil. Now I'm going to turn it down. So I'm medium now. I want to get it down just a little bit because I don't want to scorch it. And you can taste it, see how you like it. Oh my Lord. That is so good. I don't need to add anything else. I'm going to turn it down to low. I'm going to cover it for about 2 to 3 minutes and let it rest, and it's going to thicken. Ooh-wee. There's the Alfredo sauce, you guys. I had turned the eye off and just let it sit for another, I'd say another 3 minutes off the eye, no heat on. And look, ooh, goodness gracious. Nice and thick. It's going to be delicious. So enjoy the sauce. Oh, and what kicks it up a notch? This Italian seasoning. Add about 1/4 of a teaspoon in, and it just brings it home. And here you are, your homemade Alfredo sauce. This is delicious, and it's kicked up a notch. So I'm finished with the Alfredo sauce, you guys, and it's looking good and tasting good. Over here, the chicken has come out of the oven, and I'm going to pull the chicken off the bone shortly. All right, you guys, so this is about a 2-quart saucepan, and I'm going to go ahead and add some just regular iodized salt in here. When I'm salting water or doing other basic things, that's when I use this salt. So I'm going to about a teaspoon. And now I'm going to add in some extra virgin olive oil to the water so that the fettuccine noodles will not stick. All right, so that was about a teaspoon. I prefer using olive oil because it's healthier. You can use vegetable oil or canola oil if you don't have olive oil, but olive oil is the best for this. So the water has come to a rolling boil. You can leave yours whole if you'd like. I'm just gonna break it in half and do the whole box like that. Okay, the water is splattering, splishing all over the stove. I gotta turn it down, but you just wanna get them stirred and kind of coated in that oil while they're in the water. I'm turning the eye down because you can see water everywhere. All right, and they are tender. You don't want to overcook your noodles. You really don't want to do that. You just want them al dente, and that means just tender, so that when you put them in the oven, they're going to cook some more. So you don't want to cook them to death in the pot of water. Okay. So guys, you just want to shred your chicken. It's good to do this actually if you can do the chicken a day ahead. It shreds so much easier when it's cold. But since we're doing this all at one time and it's hot, you have to use 2 utensils. So you actually want to use 2 forks. I had to run and get one real quick. And you just shred the chicken off the bone, and that's going to be your chicken. For your chicken Alfredo, I like using the dark meat, and the legs are just real easy. You get a pretty decent amount of meat off of the bone. And it's flavorful. The dark meat is more flavorful. So I love using legs in recipes that have chicken. I'm going to go ahead and pour the Alfredo sauce all on the fettuccine noodles. And you want to get those all coated. Make sure you get all the sauce in there. So now I'm going to add my chicken, and if you can shred it, not super small, but just little chunks so that people get a bite of it in there. So you want to go ahead and add all that in. So get it all stirred in. And in this dish I used about 3 chicken legs. If you want more chicken than this, you can use 4 or 5, however much chicken you like. I'm going to add just a sprinkling of this chipotle. That was less than 1/8. And all of this, you guys, is basically for color and just adding on the top. Right now I'm putting a little bit of Italian seasoning. Just going to do like 1/8 right there. And I'm going to put some parsley flakes on top. You don't have to put any of this on. Do what you would like. And it looks like a lot, but it is not. The parsley flakes are big and they were barely coming out of this hole. So that's why I'm trying to sprinkle on a good amount for the look. It's not a lot. And I'm going to put that in the oven for about 20 minutes and our dish will be ready. Chicken fettuccine Alfredo. Enjoy.